I'll find valid in your eyes. You'll always be my night sky.
Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Dara and I do weekly videos on reading and writing. So if you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe and join in all the fun that we have. So this video, as you could tell, is my April wrap up. I first want to say I'm sorry about the ring light glare on my glasses. It's super gloomy out. I usually try to just use natural lighting, but now the sun's coming out. But the sun has been in and out all day and it's just not working out for me. So there's gonna be a glare on my glasses. I just got new glasses. They're supposed to be anti-reflective, but I think that only works on the inside. I don't know, but I'm sorry. I don't know how people keep the glare away, but this is what we're working with for now. So anyways, I read some really great books in April, and I also DNF'd one book. So these are in no particular order. They're just book. I literally just have my Goodreads up because I don't even know if I own any of these. No, they were all electronic or audio. So the first book I read was Believe Damn It, 10 Principles for Attracting and Creating the Life You Love. It's literally just like a tiny little book. It's only 62 pages, but I did really enjoy it, so I decided to include it. And then the next book I read is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. This book got 3 stars for me. It was a good book. If you've seen my videos when I vlogged about it, I really enjoyed the point the author was trying to make, which is, you know, care more about who you are as a person than what you look like. At least that's what I took away from it. And yeah, so I really enjoyed that book. I would never read it again, but that's okay. It was still a decent book. So the next book, Kafka on the Shore. This one is by Haruki Murakami, and I'm pretty sure Philip Gabriel is the one who translated it. So this one follows a few different perspectives. The first one, of course, is Kafka. I don't even remember his real name. That is a fake name he gives when he runs away from home. And we're also following another guy. Oh, I cannot remember his name. I liked him, but he was kind of slow. Like, they made a big point to show he was mentally disabled. I really loved his character a lot. He was great and entertaining. This book I only gave 2 out of 5 stars because there were moments in, like, towards the end where I was like, oh my god, why am I finishing this? It's terrible. There's a trigger warning for sexual assault and incest. I'm not a fan of that. So because of those reasons, I gave it 2 stars, and I honestly wouldn't recommend it to many people. There were moments of the story that I did really enjoy, right? But there were definitely moments that I did not. So the next book I loved, and I'm so glad this is a second chance I gave this book. The 5th Season by N.K. Jemisin. I gave this book 4 stars, and this is an entire series about basically the world ending over and over again, and then they think this is like the final ending. It's a dystopian high fantasy book, and I just really enjoyed it. I don't think I was in the mood for such a high fantasy the first time I started it, but I did really enjoy it this time. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, and I am really looking forward to reading the other 2 books in the series. The next book I finished, I loved so much. It's called The Secret of You and Me by Melissa Linhard, and this one is about girls who were once in love when they were young, but growing up in the South, that is highly frowned upon. Plus, it was a while ago. I don't remember what decade it was set in exactly, but it was definitely frowned upon. And so a death brings back the main character, and she of course sees her friend, and her friend is happily, well, no, she's actually unhappily married, but she's married with a kid, and they kind of reconnect, and there are huge decisions that have to be made, of course. True love or staying with your same old without making waves in the community or with your family. And I really did love this book so much. It was beautiful. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. And then the last book I read, so yeah, I didn't read a lot last month, but that's okay, was Call Your Daughter Home by Deb Spira. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. This one, honestly, I picked it up without really knowing what it was about. I had added it to my TBR for some reason. Like, I heard someone mention it and I was like, oh, that sounds cool. But I didn't really remember what it's about. So my sister and I buddy read it, which I vlogged, and that'll be the next video you guys see. But anyway, so this one is historical fiction. and it follows multiple points of view. It follows a super rich woman, a super poor woman with a lot of kids and like an abusive husband, and it also follows a black like house. She's kind of a housekeeper. She like cooks, cleans, all that stuff. And this is set, I want to say in the 20s actually. Now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure it was in the 20s or 30s. But it's so blacks were still, of course, treated less than great. I mean, they're still treated less than great, but even worse back then. Luckily, the rich lady who employs Retta, is the black lady's name, is really kind to her. She treats her like family and all that stuff. But anyway, so we're following all these characters and they're all entwining. They all know each other, so it's not like different storylines. They're all in the same story, but they all have their own problems, of course. Some are huge problems and some are super minuscule, but it was a beautiful story. Definitely trigger warning again for, not really, I guess sexual assault, sexual abuse, that's a better one. Sexual abuse. It's not graphic, but if like just the bringing it up could trigger you or upset you or bring back terrible memories, maybe avoid this one. But otherwise, it's a beautiful book. I loved it. The ending made me cry, kind of. I got teary-eyed, really teary-eyed. Oh my gosh. But it was a beautiful story about strong women, and it was amazing. I really enjoyed it, and you guys will see a vlog about it soon. But that is all I read for the month of April. Literally, I've been recording for like 8 minutes, so not a lot. It's a short video today, but let me know if you've read any of these books and if you enjoyed them. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.
When your stars have burnt out and your heart makes no sound, I'll find validity.